Hey guys, welcome back. It is Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2021 with the New Hampshire Wildcats. I was able to get everything ported over correctly. It's completely my fault. I'm incompetent when it comes to this stuff. Or I should say about 90% transferred over. We have all of our players. We have all the logos. We have our players. They aren't showing up naked anymore. The one thing we're lacking are our standings. The conference standings are nowhere to be found. So we'll have to figure out another way to determine where we end up in the conference. Hopefully it doesn't affect actual conference play. I don't think it will. If you look at our schedule, that's not where our schedule is. That's not where our schedule is. Where is our schedule? We have conference play, I guess starting, about here? So you can see we have our conference. So we have our opposition, because all these teams are in, like if you look at here, like there's Conference J. So Conference J is Arkansas State, BU, Detroit Mercy, Florida International, Illinois State, LaSalle, Lehigh, Louisiana Lafayette, us, North Dakota State, who I have to import their logo. It shouldn't be too hard to do that. Oakland, Ohio, Princeton, St. Bonaventure, UC Santa Barbara, and Weber State. I wonder if it can just be done this way. If we go here and then school info and then browse. So we're looking for North Dakota State. I don't know if you guys can see what I can see, but I'm just scrolling through my drives trying to find it. Norfolk State. Yep, cool. All right, well, that fixed it. So, all right, now let's, I had to sim ahead a bit because I needed to get up to May 1st, and then I figured once I got up to May 1st, I would just sim ahead to the beginning of the season. You guys didn't need to watch me recruit because that's not the point of this, right? The point of this is to advance up through the promotions and try to win the NCAA tournament. So, we ended up losing in the semifinals of the NIT to Tennessee, who went on to win the NIT. So, ended up being a pretty good season. We ended up 22-11, I believe. Everything's moved. Where is it now? History. 22-11 AIT semifinals. So the NIT, we haven't made the NCAA tournament in back-to-back seasons, but I'd say a pretty successful season nonetheless. School info, our prestige is up to a 33. We were able to get our facilities upgraded, so our facilities are now a B+. So if we can find players who are facilities are important to them, that's going to be a big win for us. We didn't have any roster spots for any transfers, so no transfers. And we actually signed our 2 recruits prior to the season starting for the first time ever. So we got a lot of money that we're just not going to use. Kurt Ellis and Joe Prosser, the number 125 and the number 86 respectively, shooting guards in the nation, or overall in the nation, have committed to us. If you look at our roster, actually, let's look at them first. So Ellis, deadly outside shooter, and then really good at everything else. And I like the way this is all set up now. It looks just like pro basketball. Really good at everything else, just a bad free throw shooter, but we were able to land him. He's from Honolulu, Hawaii, going to come all the way to New Hampshire. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals a game. And then Joe Prosser, he's not a very good defensive player. In terms of shot blocking and steals and stuff, but he is a scorer, so that's going to be big for us. Right now, 19 points a game, but the season's just started. And what I'm going to do is I actually cut a player, so I have one more. Let's look at the roster. So I don't know if you remember, we recruited somebody from we brought in a I don't know if there's any way to look at this. We brought in a transfer from another school, and he was really being a pain, even as a even sitting out his. Does it show up under player history? under even when he wasn't playing, he was causing problems. And the season started this season, and he ended up being a half-star player, a half-star potential, half-star current. So I ended up cutting him, freeing up another scholarship. And you'll see what I'm doing with that in a minute. But basically, I'm looking for a big man. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this guy right here, Kasich. He ended up being a half-star player and was a bit of a douche. So we ended up cutting him and waiving him, and we have an extra recruit now, or an extra recruiting spot now. So we are looking at some big men, and we're looking at some of the best remaining. So hopefully some of these guys will be interested. I believe we're at the red shirt. Yeah. Yeah, we are. And I think my concern is that he wants to play, but he doesn't necessarily. And relationship is already bad. I'm afraid if I redshirt him, we'll lose him. But there's not really. Chad Forbes. It's another one. Blackman's just not ready to play, though. And he's not going to get much playing time. I mean, we're pretty stacked at the guard position. So we're going to redshirt him. And hopefully he doesn't lose his mind and quit the team. Yeah, so we are going to advance. We'll play that first game of the year. And then, like I always do, I'll sim ahead through the end of the season. We'll play the, hopefully, the championship game in the tournament, in the conference tournament. And we'll move on. And hopefully, I talked to the guy who created the mods for this game, and obviously puts in a metric crap ton of work. But I let him know that the issue I was having with the standings, and he said he would talk to somebody about it. So we'll see what happens. Weekly incident report, nothing major. Jason Avery's being a bit of a dick, but that's fine. So who's our first? Oh, we're playing in the NIT tournament. That's right. We are playing in the NIT tournament against who? St. John's. We'll take on St. John's. We'll look and see where they're rated. Take a look at their club, and then, all right, so let's take a look at the St. John's Red Storm. I'm old enough to remember them as the Red Men, but not anymore. So we're anticipated to win here. That's a game prediction. Their best player is Carson Rice, 6'1" junior. I wanted to look at something. I saw something interesting. Yeah, the insights aren't loading either. All right. Well, we'll have to see what happens. I'll pass the information along and let them know. And you can see that there are some teams with the graphics missing. I just got to go in and add them. AI control. We're playing in Madison Square Garden, so we're playing in St. John's home stadium. They're starting Griffiths and Rice, Gilchrist, Daniel, and Coulter. We're starting Avery and Fitz with freshmen Jabari Williams, Alan Tobias, and Chris Wheat as our starting five. So let's look at the options here real quick. Game sounds are off. Show the halftime report. Cool. All right, so that's all where I want it to be. Let's go. Miss Jumper from Jabari Williams. 3-star incoming freshman is nice. And we get the first basket, Chris Wheat. They get 1 out of 2 at the line. Wheat gets an and 1. He's got a quick 5. 5-3. 5-5. Still 5-5. Jabari Williams with an and one, his first 3 points as a Wildcat, and we're up by 3. We turn it over. That's 3 turnovers already. Missed shot there. St. John's hits it down at the other end. Shot blocked. And we're down 11-8. 2 free throws for Tobias. And Fitz, in one of those NIT games last year, had 36 points. As we think we beat Auburn is the game we won. 1 out of 2 at the line for Tobias. Wheat gets the offensive rebound. There's the baseline jumper from Williams. We're up 15-11 now. They miss the and one, but get within a basket. And we get the layup from Craig Moore. His first 2 points of the game. 3-point lead. We turn it over again. That's 4 turnovers now. We get it back, though. Still haven't hit a 3-pointer. Be nice to hit a 3 here at some point. Another missed shot. They're 6 of 10. We're 6 of 13. It's 17-17, and we're now losing. There's a 3-pointer by Craig Moore, and we are up by a point. And of course, we turn it over right at the other end. All tied at 20. In the lane there, Herb Duncan goes up for 2. And I like this down at the bottom. It makes it a little bit easier. Johnny Watson gets an and one. We're up 5. They hit a 3-pointer down at the other end, though. We get an and one. Jason Avery with the jump shot. 28-23. 2 free throws for Wheat. He's got 7 points, 4 rebounds. 5-point lead, 8 minutes left in the first half. High scoring first half. 32-25 with 8 minutes left in the half. There's a layup for Avery. And it's a 9-point UNH lead. There's a jumper by Fitz. He's got 4. We're up 11. Turnover. They've got 4 straight points to get them within 7. (36-32). 36-34 as they're on a 9-0 run. (36-36) are on an 11-0 run, and we finally get a basket there as Jabari Williams scores to put us back up 2. That sucks. We're up 11. It's our ball. 38-36. Missed shot there. St. John's takes it back, hits the jumper. 38-38. 40-38 as Moore hits that one. 8 turnovers in the first half for us. Not great. 3-pointer by Fitz from way downtown. Bang. 5-point lead. They turn it over, and we turn it over. They turn it over. We miss a 3. And they hit a 3. They get an opportunity to tie it here, which they do. Missed 3-pointer. They're going to get the last shot of the half. We're going to get the last shot of the half. And Johnny Watson hits the 3-pointer at the buzzer. So we go into halftime up 46-43. So for them, Rice led the way with 15. He was 6 of 8 shooting. 5 points for Daniel, 4 for Griffith, 2 for Coulter. Gilchrist played 15 minutes, didn't score. They got 13 from Stewart off the bench, 3 from Fox, 1 from Silla. Keems and Maddox played and didn't score. They shot 61% from the field, 4 of 9 from behind the arc, 7 of 9 from the charity stripe, turned it over 12 times, and rebounds were even at 13. So for us, we didn't have anybody in double figures, but balanced scoring. Williams with 9, Wheat and Fitz each had 7. Avery had 5, Tobias had 3. Off the bench, Moore had 7, Watson had 6 in 3 minutes. Duncan had 2, Olsen, Oliver, Forbes all played and didn't score. We shot 51%, 3 of 8 from behind the 3-point line, 11 of 12 from the charity stripe. We turned it over 10 times. So we got a tight one here in Madison Square Garden. St. John's misses the 3. And we turn it over. But we get it right back and get a shot there from Wheat. We're up 5 now. 1 out of 2 at the line for Avery, and it's a 6-point lead. 4-point lead. St. John's with the basketball. We get it back. Missed jumper, offensive rebound. Missed 3-pointer. 2-point lead. Tight game. And we go back up by 4 as Wheat picks up his 11th. There's a missed shot by Wheat. Wheat's pretty good for a 1.5-star player. He's got 11 and 6 in this one. Oh, come on. Another turnover. 12 turnovers. 2 free throws for Tobias. He's got 5. And we have a 6-point lead. And another turnover. 13 turnovers now. They've turned it over 16 times. We miss a 3, miss the putback, but Tobias is going to get 2 free throws. They miss the 3, get the offensive rebound, and then hit the 3. Oh, 2-point lead. St. John's hits the shot, and we're tied at 55. And then we get a 3 down at the other end by Fitz, so we're up 3 again. 58, 55, 61, 55 as Avery hits a 3. 9 points, 6 assists for Avery. Wheat called for the offensive foul. We get 2 free throws for Tobias. He's got 9 points, 4 rebounds, and we're up 8. We switch to a 1, looks like a 1-3-1. Foul line jumper, no good. St. John's with the rebound. We get it back up 8. 2 free throws by Tobias. He's got 11. And we are up 10. They missed the and 1 to get it within 8, and we turn it over. They turn it over. We get it back. 2 free throws by Avery. Put us up by 10. Our biggest lead of the game was 11. But then we had an 11-point lead, and then they went on an immediate 11-0 run. So here we had a 10-point lead. They've got it down to 8, and they have the ball. They turn it over. We miss the shot. They miss a shot. Jabari Williams turns it over. There's a jumper by Chris Wheat. He's got 13 now, 69-59. Ryan Olson. Ryan Olson was a walk-on. He's a senior walk, a 2-star senior walk-on. As we are up 10 with 4 minutes left, make it 12 as Kasich Coffee gets his first basket of the game. 73-61. We're up 12 with 3 minutes left. Just trying to hold on here. Turnover. In the paint for 2 is Jabari Williams, who's got 11. Balanced scoring. Look at that. 3 players with 11, 1 with 10. There's a jumper by Fitz, and we got this one just about wrapped up as we're up 14 now. Make it 16. Make it 18. Wow. We started to run away with this one towards the end of the game. Missed 3. So we're up 81-68 with 30 seconds left. One out of 2 at the line for Tobias, and we are going to walk out of this one 82-71 winners in the first round of the preseason NIT against St. John's. Start with them. Rice had 18, Griffiths with 12, 4 and 7 for Coulter, 9 points, 5 rebounds for Gilchrist, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Daniel before fouling out. Stewart had 13 off the bench. Fox with 5. Sillett with 3. Chappell with 2. Keems and Maddox played and didn't score. They ended up shooting 51%, 8 of 20 from behind the arc, 7 of 10 from the charity stripe. Turned it over 23 times. We limited them to only 28 points in the second half. Offensively for us, we were led by Alan Tobias, who had 14 points, 12 of them coming from the charity stripe to go along with 8 rebounds. Wheat had 13 and 8. Williams in his first game, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I'll take it. Fitz had 12, struggled with the shot a little bit. Avery had 11 points, 7 assists. Moore had 7 off the bench. Watson had 6. Olsen, Duncan, Coffey had 2. Forbes and Oliver played and didn't score. We shot 45%. Only hit 5 3-pointers, 5 of 16, but we were deadly from the charity stripe. 25 of 28, and we turned it over 16 times. So it got better in the second half. Only turned the ball over 6 times in the second half, and that led to a victory. So we win 82-71. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and sim forward through the end of the regular season, and we will play the what will hopefully be the championship game of the Conference J tournament. So I'll be back in a sec. Welcome back. It is Monday, March 6th, 2032, and our season is done. You can see we finished 21-8, 12-4 in the conference, which I believe is good for first place in the conference. We'll go back and look here in a minute. I don't know if we can. I don't think we can go back and look because standings still aren't working. So nothing I can do there. But I believe, I'm gonna fix my mic here. Sorry. I believe we finished with the best record in the league. We'll see once we get through the next round of games. Polls and media. Let's see where we are from a. We're not in the top 25. Where are we in the net rankings? We're 38th. We were 73rd midway through the season, so pretty good season for us all in all. Looks like we have a good shot at the NCAA tournament. We look at our stats. Jay Fitz led us in scoring, 15.8 a game. He is a volume shooter, only shoots 36%. Craig Moore was a 3.5-star, 4-star player after being... he was like a 1-star player last year because he didn't play at all for us. Like, he didn't play much for us last year. He played in all 29 games, only played 15 minutes a game. He doubled his scoring. Shooting got a whole lot better, so he was solid for us. Chris Wheat, pretty good in the middle. Jabari Williams had a nice freshman year, 9.6 rebounds a game. Alan Tobias, 8 rebounds, 8 points. Excuse me, 6.5 rebounds a game. Jason Avery ran the point pretty effectively, 8 points, 4.5 rebounds. Turned it over a bunch, only 4.5 assists, or really that's what, about 1.1 assists, 1.1 assist to turnover ratio. That's not very good. A lot of turnovers. But either way, we finished up with a pretty good season. From a recruiting perspective, some good news, some bad news. Joe Prosser signed his letter of intent. Kurt Ellis missed his SAT score by 10 points. Ended up with an 890 SAT score, so he won't be coming to New Hampshire this year, unfortunately. We do have interest from 5 players. Chambers, Hall, Ellis, and Baker are all not or aren't going to qualify. Casey Green can is a pretty good low post presence, good defender, good inside shooter. We're 5th on his list right now, and then Greg Collins had interest in us, but that's since gone away. So that kind of sucks. But he's a good outside shooter, good ball handler, and we need a point guard next year. So hopefully we can make something happen there. But first things first, it's time for we'll see who we play. Lehigh against Weber State, BU against North Dakota State, UC Santa Barbara, Louisiana Lafayette, and then Princeton against Oakland. We'll probably be able to tell based on the records of the teams that are left. So we're taking on 14-14 Oakland, LaSalle. I don't know. We're playing a team with the second best record, but I don't think LaSalle had a better record than us. I guess we could look. LaSalle, Illinois State, and Arkansas State. Where is Conference J? Where did it go? Right here. Let's look at Arkansas State first. It doesn't have their record. Why does it not have their record here? This goes to my office. Huh. All right. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. Either way, I think we are advancing, or we're gonna get promoted. Hopefully, I can get this part sorted out. Let's see. So we'll sim ahead, and we win 79-50, an easy win over 14-14 Oakland. Fitz had 18. Moore was a plus 36 in 24 minutes. Avery had 15. Wheat didn't score. That's okay. So now we're taking on who? Weber State. They finished 9-7. And I should show you my schedule. I'm going to show you something pretty cool. Biggest win in the history of the franchise right here against number 4 Maryland in the NIT. We beat them 76-70. So good start to the season before we lost to Michigan. I had a couple of bad losses. Yale was 0-4 when we played them. Maine was 2-5. But other than that, pretty good season. So let's go ahead and play Weber State and see if we go to the conference finals. We do. So we are going to go to the Conference J tournament finals. I am recording, right? Yes, I am recording. So we're going to take on 20-9 Illinois State. Let's look at stats again. Avery led the way with 16. Duncan had 10 off the bench. Fitz had 11. Nobody else scored in double digits, but that's fine. So we're going to be taking on Illinois State. The scouting report isn't loading either. Graphical bugs. So we scored more points than them. They were a bit better defensively. Our field goal percentage. They're a better shooting. They are a better shooting team, which means it's a very slow-paced offense. They turn the ball over more than we do, so it should be a good game. So let's get to it. AI control, and let's play some basketball. They start Ernest Villanueva, Kieran Hackett, Dave Wallace, Damian, Tony L., and Victor Shelton. Hackett averaging 13, Tony L. averaging 12. For us, it's Avery and Fitz in the backcourt, Williams, Tobias, and Wheat up front. So let's get to it. Let's see if we can take on and beat Illinois State. I think we're at home. Unless actually, I don't know where the conference tournament would be played. They missed the shot. Yeah, I don't know where the conference tournament would be played because it's not we're not an actual conference per se. So you're not going to have in New England they play at the Boston Garden, or they play at Madison Square Garden for the Big East or whatever. So we got a basket. Alan Tobias hit the first shot. We turn it over there. So it's still 2-0 here early on. There's a three-pointer by Tobias, so he's got a quick 5. Still 5-0 early on. Illinois State gets on the board finally, 5-3. 2 free throws for Wheat. Yeah, and I'm hoping I can work these graphical bugs out by next time so that everything is as it should be. We'll see, though. We'll keep playing through it, and we'll sort it out. 7-7 is the score. There's a three-pointer by Avery. We're back up 3. 1 out of 2 at the line. They get the offensive rebound. Hit the basket, and we're tied. So they got a natural and 1. We hit the three-pointer. Either way, 3 points on both sides. 10-10 early in this one. Missed three-pointer. We get the offensive rebound. Wheat puts that one back up and in. 2 free throws for Russell Hatcher. We're tied at 12. We get 1 out of 2 at the line from Tobias. They get a three-pointer. Now they're up 2. And now it's tied as Duncan with the dunk. They hit a jumper. We hit a 3. Craig Moore with a three-pointer, putting us up by a point. There's a missed 3 by Moore again. But we get the layup down at the other end. Tobias having a pretty good game. 8 points already here in the first 10 minutes of this one. There's a jumper by Tobias again, and he's got 10. Yeah, so this isn't as good an offensive team as teams we've had in the past, but the results are there. 22-8 or whatever we are on the season. I'll take it. 24-21 as Vincent Oliver, the freshman, gets on the board. 26-21, Oliver hits another shot. Another basket, that time by Craig Moore, and all of a sudden, well, we're up 5. They get a couple free throws. There's another basket. 4 straight possessions with baskets. They get 2 free throws. Another jumper made, this time by Wheat. 2 free throws by Fitz, his first 2 points of the game. Leads the team in scoring at 15 a game. He's got 2 in this one. There's another jumper by Fitz. Another basket by Tobias. We've scored on 7 straight possessions. Not that time. We are all of a sudden up 13. You get 1 free throw to cut it to 12. And we're up 40-26 as Tobias has got 12 points. 2 more free throws by Fitz. He's got 6 now. 42-28 is the score. Jumped out to a pretty big lead here. 44-28 as Tobias hits another shot. 46-28. We're starting to run away with this one here towards the end of the first half. We are up by 21 points. Fitz with an and 1. They get 2 free throws, a 19-point lead. 51-30. 53-30, and they hit a three-pointer from half court to make it 53-33 at halftime. So for them, they didn't have anybody in double digits. Hackett led the way with 6. He was 1 of 5 shooting. Tony L. and Wallace each had 5. Shelton had 1. Villanueva played and didn't score. Hatcher had 6 off the bench. Duncan with 5. Conley 3. Kreider 2. Holden and Turner played and didn't score. Miles, Marks, Kirkland didn't play for us. Tobias, 14 points, 3 rebounds. He was 6 of 6 from the field. Fitz had 9. Weed had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Avery 5 and 3, and he didn't turn the ball over once. Moore had 5 points, 3 rebounds. Duncan had 4. Forbes had 2. Oliver with 6 points in 6 minutes. Watson and Olsen didn't score. We shot 63% from the field. 3 of 8 from behind the line, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. They were only 7 of 20. The difference, though, is right here. They committed 10 turnovers. We turned the ball over once. So good first half for us. Let's see what the second half holds. Can we get that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament? They get the first basket of the half to get within 18, and we turn it over. So we turn it over once in the first half, and then on our first possession of the second half, turn it over. And we get a putback by Wheat, an and 1 actually, to put us up 18, as they had scored the first 5. And there's another turnover. But we get it right back. Miss a 3, but we miss another shot. They get 1 out of 2 at the line to make it a 17-point game. Fitz hits a 3. Back up 20. Missed jumper, offensive rebound, no. Offensive rebound, no. And Duncan turns it over. So we turned it over once in the first half. We've turned it over 3 times already here in the second half. There's a 3-pointer by Duncan, and we are up by 23 points. running away and hiding a little bit with the Conference J Tournament Championship, it appears. 62-39, 5 minutes gone in the first half. They miss a three, and we turn it over. It's a 21-point lead, missed shot. We get the offensive rebound, and we turn it over. Missed three. Ball knocked out of bounds. Jumper no good. Foul called on Moore. There's a steal, and there's a basket by Wheat. He's got 13 now, and we're up 23. They hit a three to get it within 20. Shots blocked. Inside, Jabari Williams misses. That's a name I haven't called much. Williams has no points in this one, the freshman. 18-point lead, 16-point lead. And there's a turnover. So we've turned it over 6 times in the first half of the second half after turning it over once in 20 minutes. There's a basket by Jarney Pratt. Jarney Pratt is a 3-star walk-on who's a senior, unfortunately. They get 4 attempts and hit a couple free throws. It's a 14-point lead. There's a three-pointer by Fitz. We needed that one. 17-point lead and another turnover. But we get it right back, and Moore with the dunk. So the lead's back up to 19. They get 2 free throws. 17-point lead, 6.5 minutes left. Looks like we might be okay here. Oliver turns the ball over. They hit a three-pointer. It's a 14-point lead. There's a basket by Johnny Watson. 16-point lead now. Miss 3. They get the rebound. They miss a 3. We get it back, come the other way, and Fitz hits another three-pointer, putting us back up 19. And we're back up 22 now as Moore gets an and one. So I can breathe a sigh of relief, up by 22 with 4 minutes left. And then Jay Fitz has scored 20 points or more 7 times this year, was that stat that just popped up. I like that. 81-59 is the score. (81-62), 19-point lead. Missed shot. They come down the other way with it. And it looks like we're going to win another conference tournament. So good for us. 81-64. That means an automatic promotion to the next conference. And hopefully some additional recruits as they've cut the lead to 13. There's a three-pointer by Jabari Williams, his first 3 points of the game. 84-70. They made it a little closer here down the stretch, but we were up by as many as 23. One out of 2 to finish it up, and we win 87-72. So solid victory in the championship game. So we'll do what we normally do, which is sim the NCAA tournament, see who we're going to play, and then call it an episode. So for them, Tony L led the way, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Wallace had 12 and 6. Hackett had 11. Villanova had 6. Shelton with 5 off the bench. Hatcher 8. Turner 7. Duncan 5. Conley 3. Kreider 2. Holden played and didn't score. They shot 21 of 51, 41%. Only 6 of 22 from behind the line and 22 of 25 from the free throw line. 30 rebounds. They turned the ball over 18 times. For us, Fitz led the way with 20 and 4 steals. Wheat had 15 and 9. Good game there. Tobias had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Avery, 5 points, but 8 assists. Williams didn't play much, only 3 points. Moore, 10 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. Duncan had 8 and 5. Oliver had 6. Watson, Pratt, and Forbes each had 2. Olsen played, didn't score. We shot 51%. We were 50% from behind the charity stripe. 11 of 13 from the line. We turned it over 13 times in the second half, but still managed to hang on. So that's it. We win the conference tournament, so we will go and see who we're playing. Do I have to do anything with recruiting? Nope. I'm just waiting to be able to visit these two guys, so we will advance. and see who we are playing in the NCAA tournament. As we are 24-8 on the year, another really, really good year for us. I think we would have gotten a bid either way. We would have gotten an at-large bid, I think, either way, but I would prefer the automatic. So that's got to be the selection show. Let's look here and make sure there's nothing we need to do. All right, so we got Collins back on our list. That's good. So let's go to recruiting. Let's watch film, scout live. And who is the other one? Casey Green. We're running out of money here, so one more time. All right. It wasn't quite as loud as it normally is, which is nice. So let's see where we're going to be seated and who we're going to be playing. All right, so Purdue against North Dakota, Purdue Fort Wayne, Oregon State, Texas Southern, William and Mary, Central Arkansas, Indiana, Stanford are the play-in games. Kentucky against Purdue Fort Wayne or North Dakota. Illinois, a Big Ten matchup, 2:15, Illinois, Wisconsin, East Tennessee State, Maryland, Eastern Shore, Marquette, Tulsa, Texas Holy Cross in the 5-12. Notre Dame, DePaul, matchup of, I'd say Chicago, but it's not really, but you know what I mean. Duke against SMU, and Ohio State, Virginia Commonwealth, the number one, VCU is a number 1 seed, wow, against Iona. Purdue, Vermont, Oregon, St. Francis, UCLA, North Carolina in a battle of the Blue Bloods. Michigan against William and Mary or Central Arkansas. Arizona against JMU. Arizona State against Northern Iowa. Stetson, Florida State. Florida against UM Kansas City. Tennessee, Youngstown State. New Mexico, Little Rock. BC, Hofstra. Auburn against Stanford or Indiana. Creighton, South Dakota. UMass, Mississippi State. Vanderbilt, Northern Arizona in the 8-9. Out west, Gonzaga against Oregon State or Texas Southern. Memphis against Nicholls State. Maryland, South Carolina, Upstate. Iowa, Monmouth. Rider, Brigham Young. Seton Hall, UTEP. New Hampshire against George Washington. There we go. We are the number 7 seed taking on George Washington. What do they have to say about that? Evenly matched teams. Should be a good one. And what's the other guy say? Do you have an opinion or no? No opinion? You have no opinion about this game whatsoever. All right. And then Cal, Pittsburgh. So there we go. So we're going to be taking on George Washington in our next game. George Washington doesn't say. Does it say what conference they were in? Doesn't, but they are a higher scoring team than us. 51-49. George Washington projected to win. Let's do this. Yeah, it doesn't say. Where did we end up in the AP rankings? 34th. Okay. Well, that's not bad. 24-8. I will take it, right? It's VCU. Let's fix their logo real quick. Fix that logo. And yeah, so that's going to do it. So when we come back next time, it will be the first round of the NCAA tournament as we take on George Washington. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully I can get some of these graphical glitches worked out as we go forward. But until that time, everybody take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.